Now that the tournament's over, I am going to try and utilise some of the other detachments in the Death Guard Codex, as I've been very reliant on Virulent, Vectorum and the sticky objectives. So we're going to build a 2,000 point Champions of Contagion list. So the detachment rule lets me change the Affliction Plague at the start of every battle round. So that could be subtract 1 from the hit roll, worsen the save characteristic, or change the move, leadership and objective control, worsening it by 1. There's a lot of good CPs here, strats to use, so if you want to go back, pause that and read them, you can. Maybe I'll make a video later on. But 2,000 points, we need to start adding some units. So we're going to start basic with 3 squads of Poxwalkers. These guys are 65 points each. They're great because they can either infiltrate or they're nice and cheap for screening out your backfield. Then I'm going to have 2 squads of Chaos Spawn. Again, these are good at getting early secondaries, as they have Scout 6 and an 8-inch move. So if you go first, that's even better. And for 80 points, they're a cheap trading unit. Then some Vehicle Hunters. I'm going to have 2 Mephitic Blight Haulers at 100 points each. So Tank Hunter rule for these guys means I am adding 1 to the hit roll. So rather than hit on 3s, they could hit on 2s. And again, same for wounding against vehicles or monsters. Then, because this is a CP heavy list, I'm going to have a Demon Prince. So his abilities are, he gets Lone Up if he's within 3 inches of friendly infantry. He gives that benefit of cover to units within 6 inches, and he reduces the cost of strats by 1 CP to anything within 12. So then I'm going to have a Lord of Poxies, and he's going to lead 7 Plague Marines. That gives him the Lone Up rule, and his contagion is an extra 3 inches. So that's handy for running up the centre of the field early on, spreading that contagion for a turn 2 deep strike from some Terminators. Spoilers for later on in the list. I'm also going to have the Tallyman. He's going to be in my home deployment zone farming CPs on a 7-up. Then I'm going to have 10 Plague Marines with ranged weapons to hopefully spray down any enemy that come near me. But to make them even more lethal, they're going to be led by 2 characters. So the first character they're going to be led by is a Malignant Plaguecaster, who gives us sustain hits. And then to support him, we're also going to have a Biologist Putrefier, which gives me crits of 5. So in theory, they should be able to step out, point and delete. And then to keep them alive for a little bit longer, they're going to ride inside this Rhino. So with the Plague Marines in 1 Rhino, and the Plague Marines, Lord of Poxies and Demon Prince, all of these guys should be able to push up the midfield, giving me the ability to drop in these 2 squads of Death Shroud Terminators at 6 inches rather than 9 inches and get off a nice easy charge. And then to make those even more lethal, because these are lethal, we're going to have a Lord of Contagion lead 1 unit. So that's going to give us sustained hits and lance. And then leading the others is going to be Typhus, the man himself, the Codex cover art champion. And we have a few points left to spend, so I'm going to use those on some enhancements. 1 is going to go on the Lord of Poxies, and the other is going to go on the Biologist Putrefier. So let me know what you think of this list and any changes you will make, or how you think it's going to perform.